doing, Vegas? Lisa Lee? How you doing, Ethan? How you doing, brain damage? We got about another minute and we'll start. Hello, everybody. John Walker, how you doing? Shannon, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Okay, it's 9:40. Let's turn that sound down. Well, tonight we were going to talk about the October 3rd rally, but OG had some prior commitments, could not make it. So, and I do want him to be with me whenever we explain the rally, what it's all about, and the interesting things that are going on in the motions that have been put forward in Patrick's trial. This is this is going to be interesting, and you know, most people don't have the wherewithal to do this kind of fight, and I promise you the reason they're doing this is because they don't want anybody else to suffer from this kind of ride that the law and the courts give you, even if they, in the end, they don't convict you, or they do a mistrial, or in this case, it's just messed up. So anyway, we'll be talking about this tomorrow night, our usual time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing that then. And so I look forward to everything we're going to say tomorrow night. And I do believe all you guys will find it interesting. I really do. So make sure you share, spread the word. We're going to be talking about our October 3rd rally, the rally Ride for Justice. And we'll be explaining everything that's going to go on, where, when, dates, addresses, everything. And, you know, we hope those of you in Texas that are near, either to Milam County or in the DFW area, if you'd like to ride down with us that morning, you're certainly welcome to do so. You're certainly welcome. And so, you know, and we don't always have to lead the damn pack. You know, we don't care as long as you're participating. We don't care. And but let me get on to the subject of the day, which is, right now, I understand we are out of Afghanistan. They got the last troops out there, and now the how do you call it? The ass covering is going to begin. You can bet, everybody. They're going to circle the wagons. Look at what we did, the largest airlift in history. Look at what we did. But forget we left people behind. Forget we left SIVs behind. Forget that the Taliban kept us from getting everybody. And forget that the Taliban sent us a whole bunch of people and we don't know who the hell they are. Forget it. Just be happy. Forget that the damage that's been done to this nation's credibility. And let me say this to everybody. Everybody. You got to understand how the system works. All those talking heads out there, whether they be Jen Psaki or Sullivan or all those people, the generals, you know what they're doing? They're auditioning for their next job. Whether it be for some TV host, or maybe one of their people for hire, that the ones that come on to the news channels and say that here's General so and so. So they may make $500,000 a year just being a guest on these shows when they're called. And yeah, they're auditioning for jobs in the military. Guys are hoping for a job in like Raytheon, all these corporations, these defense corporations, maybe get put on a board. I mean, the list runs on and on of possibilities. And all they got to do is be a yes man or a yes woman. They're auditioning for their next jobs. I mean, just think of it, everybody. This is how it works. This is how it works. And it's the same way with Big Pharma. Everybody in government that helps them along the way, guess what? They end up with a job. Maybe outside of government, maybe on the board of some company, maybe the list runs on and on of possibilities. This is how it works. This is how they get things passed. This is how they get things done. And this is how they enrich themselves. It's insane. But like I said, now they're all going to be circling the wagons. Look what we done. Just think, we destroyed 27 Humvees on our way out that were at the airport. Yeah. Forget the thousands of others that are sitting over at Bagram Air Base. Forget about those. Forget about the airplanes. Forget about the helicopters. Forget about the 600,000 something small arms. Forget about all that. Forget about the bombs. Forget about the damn rockets. Look what we did. Look what we did. And we got us out of there, and we're going to be proved right. And nobody's saying we shouldn't have got out of Afghanistan, but you know what? There are many out there that think, oh, hell no, we should not have. For strategic reasons. But now we have, Biden and them have armed the Taliban. They've never met a despot that they didn't like. They never met a communist that they didn't like. They never met a terrorist that they didn't like. That's the way I see it. Because every time I turn around, they're doing something that benefits the other side. especially Democrats. And now the parents of these young fallen soldiers are speaking out. They're speaking out. They are heartbroken. And they are heartbroken that our military and that our leaders and Joe Biden did not listen to reason. They followed the plan. And let me tell you, this is the plan. Is to damage us on the world stage. That's what Biden's goal is, and that's what those behind him, that's what their goal is. They're trying to take us down a peg or two, just like Obama said, hey, our best days are behind us. Yeah, our best days are behind us when Democrats are in control. And as you know, and I've told you, I was a Democrat at one time, up until the 80s, till I figured out there's a bunch of lying son of a bitches, a bunch of cheats. But you know what? We've allowed all these people, we do need term limits, and they're not going to vote it themselves. They're not going to do it. So we keep them there for decades so they can collude with each other. That's what they do. And yeah, Johnny Walker, I have a list of all the equipment here. It's incredible. You know what they need to do? And if they don't do this, let me tell you, I would demand right now, and I think we all should, that our military take care of all that equipment that's left there. Take care of it right now. Send the planes in and destroy it all. Destroy it all. If you see a MRAP running around the country, get it. Doesn't matter who's driving it. Destroy it. A plane takes off, a helicopter takes off, guess what? Destroy it. Don't put it in the hands of the enemy, which you've done. Correct your mistakes. Correct them now. Now, if you don't, you're all cowards, because you can do this from the air. You don't have to put a soldier on the ground. That's simple enough. Simple enough. Why that hasn't been done, I don't understand, but it better start soon. Otherwise, they are aiding and abetting the enemy and giving them comfort. It's what they're doing. They should be all tried on treason charges. All of them. All of them. Guess what? We get drugged through the mud. Us bikers, we get drugged through the mud for what we're wearing. We get drugged through the mud if we're carrying a weapon with a license to do so. This is insane that nobody's held accountable. And like I said the other day, I'm going to do something, I don't know what, but I'm fixing to do it. Within reason, I'm not going to go out and whack anybody or anything. I'm going to do what I can in trying to organize people into standing up and speaking out and not cowering in the corner because somebody's going to call you a freaking racist. And they're already doing that. Using the COVID to do that. And they've actually called us, they call people that are refusing the vaccine, they call them terrorists today. Are you kidding me? Because you don't want something that's injected into your body that's questionable? That you're right. And you know, go read the Nuremberg laws. Yeah. So here we go. We have all this stuff going on. It's sad. It's sad. It pisses you off. But you've got to stay pissed off. You don't go back to what you were doing. You don't. Johnny, I'd like to see everything moved out of D.C. I do believe we ought to make a big old campus in the middle of the country where we can get at them, and then put them all in double wides. Say, here's where you're going to be, and you're not going to be out drinking every night. You're not going to be out having dinner every night. You're not going to be on somebody's yacht. Let's make sure there's someplace that's not too comfortable, so they don't get used to it. And then we'll have rules about them colluding with each other to the point where they make laws for us and laws for them. Because that's basically what they've done. And this has been that way for quite some time. And if you'll listen to us tomorrow night, you'll find out, yeah, the stuff that is happening in this country has been going on a long time. They vilify and ignore our complaints. They ignore the fact that they may be violating our constitutional rights. They don't give a damn. Just like Joe Biden didn't give a damn about these young troops. He didn't care. He doesn't care about anything, but the only thing he cares about is following the orders. And somebody asked me last night if I believed, they were talking about, well, rallies and stuff don't really. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Otherwise, teachers' unions wouldn't do it, and all these other places, they wouldn't do it. Yeah, they work, and they can get media attention. Yeah. And if they ignore you, guess what? You just keep on doing it. You don't give up. You don't give up. That's what happened to us in Waco. It took us weeks to get to crack the first news media, and it was the AP that started questioning the numbers of weapons that they claimed they confiscated from everybody. At first it was 1,000, then it was 700, then it was 400, and I don't know where it ended up at. But yeah, each boot that a biker was wearing was a weapon. The chains on their vest, so it lets your vest expand when you're wearing a coat in the winter. Or in the summer, they may let your vest be open to where you get some air when you're riding. Everything was a weapon. Even the vest or a cut was a weapon. A plaque was a weapon. A plaque that was in a truck. I mean, the list ran on and on. A screwdriver, a tool, whatever. They counted as a weapon. It got to the point it was ridiculous. But they are going to circle the wagons, everybody. We can't let them get away with it. We cannot let them get away with it. What they did to our servicemen and the humiliation of turning and running, making it seem as if they're turning and running, which they did not. It was our leaders. It is our leaders that now have armed the Taliban and others. Yeah, you can bet that equipment is going to make its way to Pakistan and God knows where else. Iran, Russia, so they can look at the helicopters. They need to get rid of them right now. Right now, before they go anywhere. And if they do go anywhere, guess what? Get rid of them there. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're willing to arm these terrorists. We are not safe. We are not going to be able to root out these people from over the horizon, where it takes hours for our planes and drones and everything else to get over the targets, and can only stay there a short while. But yeah, we've got drones that can fly from here to there. They can stay aloft a very long time. I know because I worked on them. We've got fabulous equipment, and guess what? Now so do they. It's absolutely incredible. And you know, there's just so many people that need to be in prison right now. There's a lot of federal workers that need to be in jail. And I'm going to dig up the video this week of where the federal workers were actually plotting a coup. If the election had not gone their way, they were plotting a coup. They were plotting a real insurrection, is what they were doing. And there is proof of that. Undoubtable proof. But hey, you know, we're going to hold a rally here pretty soon. It's an accountability rally. I'm going to put it together. We'll see what happens. But first, we're going to take care of the rally in Milam County. That's going to be interesting. And you know, whenever we do these things, it's always in support of our constitutional rights. It's in support of the victim. And yes, in this case, he is a victim. Nobody should get drugged through the courts when they did nothing wrong, when they were riding legal. That's what I'm saying. John, that 4 million bikers thing, man, that's really hard to put one of those together. A lot of the guys that did that ride, I mean, it's easy for the guys on the East Coast. You can get a lot of people there. I think back then they were talking about 25 million bikers. I don't think they ever got to that number. But yeah, it's an interesting thought, though, for everybody to go to D.C. and demand accountability. And the key to this is, it don't matter when we do it. We don't let it go. We keep on. We keep on. But we'll think about that. We'll talk about it, and maybe, hey, maybe we can all get together and make it happen. Big ride to D.C. Accountability ride. We want to see some people held accountable for this disaster. And God forbid that there's a terrorist attack on this country or even Europe anytime soon. Anytime soon. But we'll be talking about this and other stuff, and I'm sure over the next and weeks and months. Yeah. Johnny, we'll sit down and talk about that. But hey, join us tomorrow night, everybody. I'm just going to be on here for maybe another 4 minutes. Join us tomorrow night so we can explain the Ride for Justice rally, October 3rd, 1 p.m., Cameron, Texas. And it's going to be interesting, to say the least, tomorrow night when we explain all this to you, what it's all about. Because it's work we got to do. We've got to come together and battle this stuff, whether it's the fools that did this evacuation and the way they did it, or whether it's here in our local areas where we have people that, from top to bottom, trying to run the country backwards, and that's what they're doing. I've seen this before. I've seen it before. They're trying to run this country backwards, and that's what they're doing. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And most of all, them son of a guns at the top, they don't know what's going to happen. They haven't a clue. And especially the man at the top, who's not all there, who's just following orders. I do not believe it's him making these decisions. It's somebody else. It's somebody else. Whether it's his staff or these corporate oligarchs. Big tech, the news media, they're all in on it. They're all in on it. And they will all, in the coming days, they will all be trying to cover their asses. Every one of them. They're already doing it. They're already doing it. Okay, we'll take a look into the Plano PD. Send me some information on it, Lisa Lee. So, a man shot a Lyft driver, then walked into the Plano PD and shot 2 people before they killed him. Unbelievable. What is the matter with people? I mean, the country's gone absolutely berserk, or many people have. You know, it's like deciding you're going to kill your family. Well, don't kill them. You kill yourself. That's right. Okay, Johnny, we'll take a look at that. I'll send you a message tomorrow on that. And you guys join us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us right here on YouTube and Rumble. And let's do it, everybody. Let's do it. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a bike to ride down to Milam County and you want to follow us in a cage, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. With that, everybody, have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow night with OG. Bye-bye.